Péter Szijjártó, the Hungarian foreign minister, defended the UK's claim and called for continued cooperation between the EU and Britain on security matters after Brexit. He said, "Of course we want UK to remain in the programme. We understand the UK covers 12% of the costs of the budget of the Galileo programme. I really do think that the security risks which are ahead of the EU demand a very strong cooperation between the UK and the EU. I think that giving up the cooperation with the UK on the field of intelligence or any other security aspect would be very irresponsible on behalf of the EU. Britain has told the EU that shutting it out of the Galileo satellite navigation project will cost Brussels hundreds of millions of pounds and cause years of delay. London has threatened to launch its own version of the system if the EU does not change its stance, according to a document issued by the Department for Exiting the European Union. The document also makes clear that the UK will seek to have the £1 billion it has already invested in the project, a rival to GPS, refunded if it withdraws from the venture. Britain has rejected the EU's view that it cannot remain a full member of the project after Brexit, as London insists it is in the interest of both sides to continue to work closely together on security issues. Sky News Jet Brexit News. The Hungarian foreign minister defended the UK claim to Galileo after Brexit. We understand the UK covers 12% of the costs of the budget of the Galileo programme. Péter Szijjártó. Brussels has made it clear that the UK cannot access the same encrypted Galileo information as EU members, or be involved in its development post-Brexit. Excluding the UK from full participation in Galileo will cost the EU €1 billion, £880 million, and set the project back by 3 years, the document states. The paper claimed that the position adopted by Brussels risks being interpreted as a lack of trust in the UK. The paper said, "The UK has a strong objection to its ongoing exclusion from security-related discussions and exchanges pertaining to the post-2019 development of Galileo." If agreement cannot be reached on the future balance of rights and obligations, and UK security and industrial requirements consequently cannot be met, the UK could not justify future participation in Galileo. In parallel, the UK is, therefore, exploring alternatives to fulfill its needs for secure and resilient position, navigation and timing information, including the option for a domestic satellite system. The UK wants Galileo to be a core component of the future UK-EU security partnership. Asked if the EU would repay the UK the £1 billion already invested in Galileo if Britain was excluded from work on the project, European Commission spokesman Margaritis Shino said, "This issue is being discussed with our British partners. Negotiations are ongoing. These are precisely the sort of issues we need to address."